And we return, one more for some of the marbles. This looks alright. We can interact with stuff early. We've got some neat late game plays. Need to hit some lands, but I mean, we put lands in the deck, right? I think we did. I meant to. If they have an elf, I bolt it. When you can bolt the bird, you bolt the bird. These are things we've learned early. I guess we're really unhappy to see like a Sylvan carry added, but that guy's going right down. Just get out of here. Die. Go away. I don't want to play with you. Recruiter could be interesting depending on our other draws. So I gotta play something. I'm clearly not playing the Man of War. I may just Recruiter for a Phantasmal Image. That's not exciting, but it means if they don't do anything, I can Phantasmal Image the Recruiter. Is there anything here that's any better? I don't really think so. Like a Rabble Master's an option. I understand this combo piece is interesting. Like if worst case scenario, if they don't play anything for the next couple turns, we can image the Recruiter and get something else. I guess we didn't need to recruit for the Rabble Master. It's a shame they have a 4-drop. Because if they didn't, and we could image the Rabble Master. Well, we can image the Rabble Master? Booyah, baby. I'll do that in a heartbeat. That looks like I did it on purpose. I'm so good at this game. Right, Dutch? Aren't you glad we killed this guy? Right, against elves, a little bit more early interaction would be nice. I wouldn't mind a Seal of Fire. And honestly, I think I was just playing Chandra because it looked cool, not because it legitimately did anything. Yes, Dutch. You got plenty of cat food, buddy. You don't need to headbutt me. I'm happy you're here, though. He woke up from his box just long enough to come bonk me as I'm trying to use the mouse. But additional things to do against elves is good. Force Spike is questionable. Force Spike is really suspect now that I think about it. Because like they're going to ramp past that being useful pretty darn quick. Maybe we can keep Chandra then. Just a way to like maybe pressure Planeswalkers or something. Because I don't think I want Force Spike on the draw against an elf deck. This is not as good as the last hand, but it's alright. Hanger back on 2 isn't exactly where I want to be, but that Force Spike looks better than Chandra now, doesn't it? It certainly does. My goodness. Because this doesn't really do much. I didn't know they were Reanimator. I thought they were just elves. Please attack me with that. Sweet. I don't know what that means they got. It probably means we're going Serendipity. Just see if we can kill them. That's what it's here for. Or not. If I can get another land and kill that before they search anything up, I think we're pretty happy. Garrick's a bit scary. Garrick may be too much for me. We will see though. So what if I had my own phantasmal image? Would that do anything? Probably not as much as trying to mana war that, hit Garrick for 1, then mana war it again next turn, hit Garrick for 1. Like, these are not happy things that are happening here. God, discarding a clone? They gotta have something great here. I hope it's something great, so I can get one. I was just gonna bounce my mana war anyway. Like, I don't know what you're doing there, bud. That's another one that's not a May. Like, if they killed their own Fauna Shaman here, it'd be kind of funny. I don't think it'd actually be very good, but it'd be funny. And I'll take funny over good, frankly. Fat Cat has now moved on to eating, which is another favorite pastime of his. Okay, that would be good for me to copy. Would also be okay for me to bounce. We just have to decide which we care more about, that or the Garrick. Probably that. Because like mine can sort of answer theirs. This is going to be a weird game. Like, if I just copy my mana war and bounce it, they're just going to do it again next turn. So we kind of have to just get our own. They're playing around days. That is wise. But the problem is we sit here with our stuff and they have that thing, which is not good. Dum 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 dum. I could bounce it and wipe Garrick, but then we're just staring at a worm coil and I don't think I can beat it. This leaves me the option to put a counter on the hanger back or potentially burn the Fauna Shaman if we decide we care. Whisperwood Elemental is legitimately terrifying. We're going to need to hit a land and take that out. To that end, I believe we are going to attempt to kill it, kill the Fauna Shaman, so that if we do hit a land and take out the Whisperwood Elemental, at least we've stabilized, right? And they can't just turn any creature into the best creature in their deck. Like at this point, they may draw some elves, and those would be bad. All right, so we've sort of stabilized. The only problem is there's a Garrick. They should sacrifice this in response. And they did. Let's not forget they have a hissing quagmire hanging out over there too. Harmonize is a good draw. I want Garrick answered, and I want to stabilize. That's going to be kind of difficult for us. I could technically ping their worm coil and attack, and then look to double block theirs when they swing back. That land kind of messes me up, though. Turn the log on my thing. Okay. That's all right. Well, I mean, here we are. Yeah, I think I'm going to trade this because if I hit the Splinter Twin and copy the Flame Tongue Kavu, it starts to get really interesting. It gives them more blockers, which I don't like. But we'll do what we got to do, you know? Juno. Chandra sort of starts to put a clock on Garrick, but it's a bit late at that point. They don't have terrific attack, so I guess I'm supposed to pressure them with what little pressure I can apply. Not that this guy does much, but I've got reasonable blocks for everything else. And it does let me hit Garrick once. Like, they can overrun it. And we're probably just dead to that. I should have looked at the math. It's what, +3/+3? That's not lethal. Not quite. Unless they animate that first. Yeah, there are some bad things happening here. I may have needed to seal a fire that turn to keep Garrick under control. Just got a little greedy. Thinking through their options here. I mean, overrunning and swinging is probably pretty good for them. I don't know what's in their hand, but I'm not entirely sure how I can beat that. This Hangerback Walker's been a pretty bad Mons Goblin Raider, frankly. Yeah, if they go for activate this and pump, we're going to have some interesting math that we need to do. Let's go ahead and do it now. So they're looking at 3 times 3 is 3 times 4 is 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. They'd be swinging at us with 22 trample. Which is not quite enough, but it's starting to get there. It's starting to get there. I think I can take them off of it with a Seal of Fire, though. I really don't want to play the Rabble Master. I guess I could post-combat the Rabble Master. Oh, that's so miserable. Just so that they don't gain the 3. Dual decks, Garrick versus Chandra. I think Splinter Twinning a Flame Tongue Kavu and having them not go for the overrun is probably my out at this point. The good news is if they go for that, I get to kill Garrick. The bad news is I kind of untap without a board. Because we could block something with the hanger back, Garrick would be at 1, and we can take him out that way. But like at that point, they've got a bunch of life-linking, death-touching shenanigan stuff. And I'm not really certain how we interact with that. They're giving it some thought, though, which I appreciate. Why not think it through? You each get 25 minutes on your clock, and you don't get a bonus if you win with extra time. I'll pause it while they think it through, though. Nope, he just went for it. Without activating the Hissing Quagmire, that's interesting. That means we could just take it. That is a strange attack if ever I did see one. Because I can kind of just take 11. Sending both at Chandra? Okay. They're going to gain 1,000,000 life. Chandra's answered, but we kind of got Garrick answered on our end and can stabilize here. Because like I don't have to trade a card for it. I can just play the Seal of Fire. Both at Chandra, really? Okay. She's dead. She's dead. That's gonna be good. It's just not right now. Got him down to 29. Hangerback's going to start to get significant at some point. We've got some reasonable blocks. They probably got some more big stuff to draw, but it's a matter of, are they going to hit their elves or are they going to hit their big things? And we kind of have to hope they hit the big things. Or excuse me, the elves. Or that they hit a big thing right now and we top deck a land. That would be pretty swell. Duplicant, not exactly what I'm after, but sure. That still leaves us draws. This is when it dies, right? So this doesn't count as it dying if I pump it. Well, I mean, it makes their duplicant a 0/0/2, right? Yeah, okay. They're just trading it for the hanger back. That's fine. This may seem weird, but I'm actually going to trade for the lifelink one because I think I'd rather have the death touch one, and it may come to the point that we want to treachery the death touch one. Chainwalker of blocks, you say? I think I'd rather play Chandra here. It's not particularly good. It can trade with those, I suppose. And being double red, it at least threatens to do something. But I think I'm currently interested in taking their Death Toucher. I probably have to trade with it now. This leaves me without good Splinter Twin targets, which is kind of sad, but I do need this stuff off the board, I guess. That's a bit of a dangerous block, Travis. You don't need to just walk into that. All right, we got the land, so we could treachery them. I think if they trade that for Chandra, I'm okay with it. But she's gonna flip here anyway, isn't she? Because it's if she's done 3 damage, yeah. Let's get that out of the way, if we can. It's probably land, but at least we'll know, right? It's a carry added? Sure. Well, it's not attacking us anymore. That's the important part. We can just eat this with their Quagmire, but I think we're in okay shape. Chandra turning out not to be too hard to flip. Just need to cast 2 red spells in a turn. I can do that. Woodfall Primus blowing up my Chandra is not great. But I suppose the upside is I get to borrow it. If they manage to kill it, they get it back, which I don't like. So like it's probably not able to attack much after this. I guess Splinter Twinning that would be potentially fun. Certainly can't attack with it though. That's just a disaster waiting to happen. I think we can go with everybody else though. Because the goblins are already going. If they want to trade this for the Quagmire, then I can start attacking with the Primus. Yeah, I didn't think they would. All right. Mimic Bat. That could be a problem, but something's got to die first. I guess putting a Wall of Blossoms under a Mimic Vat isn't all that bad. They can kind of draw infinite cards. Like I have to send with the Goblin tokens. Yeah, I don't want him to get my Rabble Master. I think we're just in send with Thunderbreak Regent. And hope they whiff for a little bit. Or we draw a Splinter Twin. Again, that would be pretty hot. That's also not a threat. Batterskull's not bad. We will equip it to the Thunderbreak Regent next turn. And then we will kill our opponent with it, hopefully. Took an extra point. I like it. I think that means they're just dead to the trample. Which is a good thing. From my perspective. Perhaps not from theirs. So that is the Legacy Cube as opposed to the Vintage Cube. I hope that you've enjoyed watching. I certainly enjoyed playing. I'll be looking for you here next week on SeemsGoodMagic.com. And go check out the stream right now. It's at twitch.tv/Simulin. We also did a huge set review on manadeprived.com for Aether Revolt. You can find that podcast at Men From Moto on manadeprived.com. Thanks for watching, folks. I'll see you next week.